Hi guys, welcome back to the Code Freak channel. Freak out as you code. Good. So in this tutorial we'll be learning all about recursions. So I have made a HTML file here and I've connected it to the JavaScript file which is recursions.js which is there here. Okay, we'll first see what recursions are and then we'll look at the syntax and then we'll be doing 3 examples and the third example actually has 2 examples in it and we go through a bonus part which is a bonus knowledge. It's like a did you know kind of stuff. Okay, so now let's dive right into it. So recursion is a programming term which means you're calling a function in itself. So if you have a function called abc and you call that function inside itself, so that is what is called as recursion. So when a function calls itself, that is called a recursion step. So the basics of recursion is function arguments that make the task so simple that the function does not make further calls. So you need to have a stop statement also, which is really important. So those are the main things with respect to recursions. So let us look at why actually we need it. Okay, if you are not new to programming, then I probably would say that you can skip this part because you already know about recursions, but otherwise you can go through it. So recursion is a programming pattern that is useful in situations when a task can be naturally split into several tasks of the same kind but simpler, or when a task can be simplified into an task, easy action plus simpler variant of the same task, or when a function solves a task in the process it may call many other functions. A partial case of this is when a function calls itself, and that's what is known as recursion. So that's with respect to what recursion is. So now let's go ahead and look at the syntax. So let's have a function here called abc, as I told you. So you can give a name, any name, and maybe you'll have a parameter. So let me give parameter here. Okay, you'll have some parameters in case are there. So then you will have a condition. Okay, whatever is the condition, you will have a condition here. If this condition is satisfied, then you want to stop the recursion, so you have to return something. So that is important. So you return some stop condition, basically stop thing. I'm just writing it this way. Okay, then you may have some else ifs and all, or you can just have some else. So I'm just going for else. This is a basic structure. Else you call abc again, or you can just return abc, something like that. You call it or you can even return, so one of the two. So you can return abc with whatever is the parameter here, and that's one way of doing it. You can do plus, minus, you can just call it without returning. So there are many ways you can actually look at how a recursion works. So now let's actually look at examples to make this actually clear. So say you want to print a number from 1 to 10 or from n to 1. So that's kind of really simple. So let me do that. First you have to create a function for recursion. So function, let me name it fun. Okay, so we are going to have fun with numbers, and let's give it a parameter n. All right, so yeah, so now if n is equal to 0, then you want to maybe stop. Okay, so how do you stop? It's very simple. So you can just return 0 or something like that. Else you can actually, else what you can do is you can print the number. So you have a console.log, you have console.log n. Okay, and one more thing which you can do is you can call the function again, fun. So you do minus minus n, that should be fine. So now actually you see that you will get numbers from, oh, I have not called the function once also, so let me do that. So fun of, maybe let's keep 10 for now. I hope the function works. So you got numbers from 10 to 1. So how does this actually work? So right now you n is not equal to 1, right? You have put 10 here. So you are first putting out 10 through this statement, and then you are calling the function again with 9 as the parameter. So you'll come here, you'll print 9, then you'll come here, you'll print 8, and so on. You'll go on printing all of them till you reach 1. When it comes to 0, it will just come to this statement, and so this function is not called again. Even if you don't return anything also, it still works. Okay, so you can see that. Basically you have no statement there, that also is fine, but I just put a return for the sake of it. Now say you want to print from 1 to 10, so you just remove this here and then paste it here. Okay, so that's a magic which you can see. Actually you see you got from 0 to 9. Okay, so if you actually wanted to print from 1 to n, you can just do n plus 1. That works, right? So it's so simple in that way. If you're thinking I didn't do that, so that's with respect to the first example. So now how does this work? So first you take 10 as a parameter here, right? So this condition is not satisfied, so you go to the else. You are calling this function. All right, so when you call this function, you are calling function 9, then it will again go here and do that again. You will call function 8, function 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now when you call function of 0, it goes here, right, and then it returns 0. So once it returns 0, what happens? Function of 0 comes out, and then what happens? You are doing console.log of this particular thing for when n is right now 0 in the function of 1 problem. Okay, so that's how it works. So in function of 1 which was called, so n has become 0 because you're doing minus minus n has changed, right? So that's why you got from 0 to 9 in the beginning, and then you have to put n plus 1. So in that same manner it comes back again and again. So just look at how it works, maybe think of it again. I think you'll surely understand it. Okay, so now let's actually look at the power function through this. This is the second example which we will look into. So function of power. So you will have two numbers, x comma exponent. So whatever is the exponent, so let me just put exp. All right, if the exponent becomes 0, you want it to always remain greater than 0, right? So if the exponent becomes 0, that is the end condition. So end condition is the most important. Okay, then what you can do, you can return you can just return 1 because you're going to multiply. All right, so you can see the reason why I'm doing it also. Soon I'll show you. So then you have an else condition here, and then here you can return the particular number x, okay, star power of x comma exp minus 1. Okay, so you're doing that. So that's x into power of exp minus 1. So if you have 2 comma 5 here, what you're sending here is you're doing 2 into 2 power 4 is what you're trying to do here. So that actually works. Then when you call 2 power 4, you're going to do you're going to return actually 2 into 2 power 3 and 2 into 2 power 1 2, and then 2 into 2 power 1, and then when it becomes 2 into 2 power 0, you're going to return 1, and so hence it's going to work successfully. So actually let me call the power function, same power 5. So 2 power 5, let me just check out with a small number, 2 comma 5. So make sure you don't have infinite loops. That's really going to cause a lot of headache. Oh, I have not printed out, right? So let me do that. We'll console.log this actually. Console.log power of 2 comma 5. So let me save it. You should be able to see 32 here, 2 power 5, right? This is one more way of doing it instead of using the loops, for loop and stuff like that. Okay, so that's with respect to power. See, it looks very simple and it looks actually really nice when you look at it like this instead of putting a for loop. This gives a proper meaning also when you do it this way. So sometimes recursions look good, sometimes they may not look so good. Okay, so just keep that in mind also. But memory wise, I guess recursions are only better. All right, so now let us look at this series which we want to do. We want to make a series like 1 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 3 factorial till n factorial. Okay, so that is the plan for this question, till n factorial. Okay, so that is the plan here. So let me just comment it out. Perfect. So let's first make a factorial function which is going to be a recursive function. So function factorial, so let me just call it factorial. Okay, and so you will have one number as an input. Let's take it as n. Okay, So how do you actually make a factorial recursion function? So the stop condition will be when n equal to 1. Okay, so n equal to 1, so you are going to return 1, because 0 factorial is also 1. So actually you can put 0 here also, it will go one more round, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, let me put 0, doesn't matter anyway. So that if you put 0, then you get that also. So for this particular example it doesn't matter, but for others it may matter. Okay, so now what you can return here is you can return factorial, no, you can return n into factorial of the similar logic to how you use the power logic. Okay, n minus 1. So that works out fine. So yeah, because see, if you have 6 over here, so 6 into 5 factorial is only 6 factorial, right? So that is something which you can actually remember. So let me just write down what a factorial is. So n factorial is nothing but n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 till 1. So till 1. So this is what is a n factorial. So that's something which you can remember. If I console.log, let's check whether it's working by doing console.log factorial of, let's go for 4 into 3 into 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. So let's see if we get 24. Perfect. So let's try out one more number, maybe 6. I think 6 factorial is some big number, 720 or something like that. Yeah, perfect, we got it. So now our factorial function is working. So this is a series function which we want to make, fun series. So let me create a function called fun series. So you should keep a capital S here, that's the notation. We'll talk about that also soon. So you can just have n here, doesn't matter anyway. So any variable, you can reuse the variables also. So we don't know the end condition, so you can just leave it that way. All right, then maybe as we are going along we can actually think of what the end function can be. Okay, so that is something which you can always do. That's how you write recursions. You don't get the end condition in the beginning only. These I've done it many times, so that's why I've just directly told you, but this one I'm trying it out right now with you guys. So I guess hopefully I'll also get the answer. Okay, so that is something. So else you have to return return factorial of n. Okay, plus I think you can do a fun series. You can call the fun series function of n minus 1, right? Think of it, what I'm trying to do here. So if n is say 4, okay, so when you come here, so I don't know about the condition, so we'll check, we'll think of the condition. So if you come to the else, you're going to return factorial of 4, that is 4 factorial, right? And the fun series of n minus 1, so fun series of 3. So what is going to be the fun series of 3? It's going to be 3 factorial plus 2 factorial plus 1 factorial. So that plus 4 factorial gives you the full thing. So that's how you can actually think of it in terms of recursion. So I think this is a good way. So what do you think is the condition? Come on, take a few seconds, pause the video, take a few seconds and think of it. So now I'll go ahead and tell that also. So n equal to you can put 1 also, you can put 0 also, it doesn't matter. I'll put 1 to reduce the runtime as such, it doesn't matter, because we know the factorial of 1 is going to be 1. So you can even end it at 2 factorial by calculating. Actually 2 factorial is 2, 2 factorial plus 1 factorial is nothing but 3. So you can put 2 here and make it 3, that also works. I'm just doing it this way. I'm just showing you some ways you can actually do it. So now let's try to check the fun series. Okay, let's call fun series of, for now let's just check 2, because we'll know whether the answer is correct or not, because we know that 2 factorial plus 1 factorial is nothing but 3. Okay, I have to console.log this thing. So console.log. So let me save it. So we should get 3. Let's see. Yeah, we got 3. Perfect. So now let us check it with 3. Yes, what is 3 factorial? 3 2s are 6, 6 plus 3. So you should get 9. We're getting 9. Maybe now you can check for some big number, maybe like 8. Okay, 10. I'll go for 10. Let's see how big the number is, whether it will fit here or not. Okay, that is, yeah, you got a big number. I don't know. Please check it out, calculate it, and see if my answer is correct. Okay. Now let's go for the bonus knowledge question, which I thought I should share with you guys, which is kind of important if somebody asks you from the perspective of an interviewer. I don't know, maybe important for you guys, or may not be important, but just give it a listen to it. So the maximum number of nested calls. So this is called something like a nested call. So you're calling it again and again. So like nested loops, you have nested calls. So the maximum number of nested calls, including the first one, is called recursion depth. So in our case, in some of these cases which we had here previously, the recursion depth here, for example, here is going to be exp. Okay. And then here the recursion depth for the factorial function is going to be n. But the recursion depth for this, I don't know, count it out. It's going to be big, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay. So the maximum recursion depth is limited by JavaScript engine. We can rely on it being 10,000. Some engines allow more, but 100,000 is probably out of the limit for majority of them. There are automatic optimizations that help alleviate this, tail calls optimization, for example, but they are not yet supported everywhere and work only in simple cases. So that's a thing which I thought I should share with you. That limits the application of recursion, but it's still kind of really used a lot. So, but there are many tasks where recursive way of thinking makes the code simpler and easier to maintain. For example, see, you've seen the last 3 examples that we have done, or the last 2 examples, this third example and the second example. Actually, you can clearly state that this way of looking at it is really easy, right? So that's with respect to the recursions, guys. So look at these questions, try out these questions. I've given you a lot of questions here. Maybe we'll solve these questions in the future videos somewhere. I think the 20th tutorial will have it. So just look at that, guys. So bye bye. That's it for this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment on the video. Bye bye.